Comments are not monitored in real time during the council meeting. Visitors, please remember to sign in. In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that the land upon which our organization stands is unceded territory. Epic PEI McMackey is covered by the historic treaties of peace and friendship. We pay our respects to the Indigenous McMackey people who have occupied this land for over 12,000 years, past, present, future. Do you have any declarations of conflict of interest this evening?
Yes, there is one. And it's on item 10. Item 10 is the proposed resolution from the Canadian Union of Postal Workers.
Not my name, but
I know, but you're, because you're a postal work, you work for the post office, that puts you in a conflict.
no, I did.
Just say for the record, Trish, for the 10.
Approval of agenda. Any other suggested agenda items for today's meeting? Okay, we have a mover for, oh, sorry. So number 4, RCMP report for the month of September. Again, Ashley Becker.
Okay, so council all has a copy of the September report in their meeting package for this evening. Copies of all RCMP reports are available on the RMB website for public review. Incident rates were up in September and higher than our usual average. Actually, this is the highest I've seen since we started reviewing these reports. It seems that the root cause of this appears to be speeding, which is disappointing since it's back to school time. I'm hoping people will slow down and we can get back on track for October's report. October is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and Bob will be speaking to that later this evening. Thank you. Yes, John.
I missed it. But we always have breakdown by district.
There is a breakdown in your report. If you don't have one, I will make sure that you get one. It should be in there.
You know, graphs, but I don't see anything to develop that.
Okay, I will make sure you get an updated report. Can I see your report, please? Thank you. Yeah, so the Belfast, the total calls for the service of the municipality is actually on page 2. And you can see it's 39 incidents over 25 as per the previous month. Okay, so you all should have that. Yes. Again, it's available on our website for public review.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
So are we approving the agenda or not?
Oh,
That's what I.
You made us get it.
I'm on number 3. Number 4.
good catch there.
I was thinking maybe that's something to do with.
You didn't need to move in
I'm only part-time.
You're doing great.
Go back to number 3 then. So we need a mover for approving agenda. We have a
I'd
Trish.
like to add something to the
Sorry.
agenda.
Oh,
Can't hear, I'm sorry.
I'd like to add something to the agenda.
You want to add something to it? Okay. Yes.
Scheduling.
Scheduling?
I will discuss it.
Okay. Thanks, Trish. So that will be so I can get a mover. Trish? Votes for,
Aye.
votes against. Unanimous. Approval of the minutes for September 17th. Number 7, business arising from the September 17th, 2025 council minutes dealt with in today's agenda. Number 8, CAO report. Bob Brooks.
Thank you very much. As you can see by the financial information that's before you, all our expenditures and community grants are on track as per the payment schedule. In regards to the revenues, there was council may remember that at during the budget session, they had asked if we could look for some additional funds. There was $15,000 that came in because of the new municipal funding formula. In addition to that, RMB administration on a monthly basis is trying to see where we can make savings on the budget that was adopted. So I'm happy to report that we have been able to find some savings to date. And my prediction is that you may remember that we had budgeted approximately we budgeted $31,000 a shortfall that was going to be eaten up by the reserve funds that we had set aside for that. However, because of the extra funds that we're getting in from the municipal affairs and also savings, I'm predicting that we're going to be coming close to breaking even for this budget, which is fabulous considering that we budgeted for a $31,000 shortfall. So I'm happy with the way things are going and everything's on track. Did anybody have any questions in regards to the financial report?
I do. Just a quick question. So under the, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is maybe like under E, reserve breakdown.
Oh yeah.
We saw that the expansion reserve went up from like 11,000 to 19.
Actually, it did. I made a mistake last month.
Okay.
If you looked at the figure from the month before, it was there, but I had inadvertently taken some funds out of that and moved it into the remaining budget document. So you'll
Right.
notice that has gone down while the other one went up. But basically, we have the same amount in the reserve. It's just that the two line items are now accurate.
So is it just the difference between the two?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was just
Well,
doing the math and
I mean,
didn't.
there's also monthly expenditures,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So it's gonna be slightly different.
So, but the two differences I see are the expansion and then the remaining.
Right.
But there's, so of the remaining, there was expenditures in there. So like the remaining was 25, it's now 19.
Right.
And part of that is just correcting an error from the previous month.
Correct.
And then also, is there expenses in there as well?
Not in the remaining,
Okay, so the expenses are in the expansion reserve?
that's correct.
Okay. That's all.
Thank you. Anyway, good news story.
Number 9, update on Dog Act research.
So I'm still in very preliminary stages of looking into this for council. I've spoken with the RCMP. I've emailed the Humane Society. The Humane Society just got back to me this evening, so I have to follow up with them tomorrow. And I'm reviewing and collecting acts from multiple municipalities. So I should have a broader update for you next month.
Okay.
welcome.
Proposed resolution.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, Jim has a question.
I've been reviewing it, and I think we made a mistake. I don't think we should have ever investigated for a second. We had the option of opting out, and we get right with the problems, this is where it should be. They've been trying to solve this bloody problem for the last 40 years since I can be here. And if they, with all the resources they've got, they can't solve it, how can they expect us to solve it? Plus, it's a kind of an offshoot from this, the whole thing of the Municipal Governance Act, that the answer is not to download everything from the small municipalities. Plain and simple, because we don't have the resources to do it. And we're not going to, and I think we made a mistake. I think we should just said, no, I'm sorry, we're not interested. We're gonna opt out of it. And that's that.
The only reason it was brought to council's attention was because of the public residents of Belfast requested that I bring it to the floor for review, like so that you guys had a chance to weigh in on this.
Which you did.
Which
and
I
you just
did.
Gave us an update of what you've
Of where-
done so far.
exact-
And you're gonna give us another
Exactly.
update. Yeah.
So,
The council decision last month that directed
Yeah.
RMB to do the research, so.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that we
committed
can't
to
change.
do-
That's
we
correct.
committed
Course,
to
either.
Provide you with an update every single month, and so this is the first update.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that council can't do it at any given time if they decide to. So Jim's expressing
Right.
that he's changed his position. And I just wonder if there's a way to thread the needle a little bit from what I kind of remember, which is not much lately. There was a concern that there was some legal liability that we might find ourselves in. So that was obviously of a concern. I think probably the biggest concern that most people had. I wonder if maybe if we put the initial efforts into seeing if the other community wanted to share their legal opinion, because if it came out that the two other communities had a legal opinion, and their legal opinion was there's no liability, then at least council can use that to make a decision, do we want to take this further? It's kind of like a first spot of like, maybe
Yes.
if we find out that two law firms think that that municipalities don't have any legal liability, that might be enough for councilors to say they don't want to look at the issue anymore.
I think that you have said exactly what the plan is and what we're doing already.
Okay, so
We're
then
checking
that's,
with the municipalities that have legal
Yeah.
opinions, just to see what the result is, but we haven't done.
yeah. So I think that might be a good threading of the needle, maybe. For me, I want to find out the answer to the legal question, but to me, that's like probably question number one, because if the answer is no, we don't, then I don't know if we need to spend a lot of time researching other bylaws. So I don't know if anybody else has any other opinions that might have us change course or continue as is.
No, Charlie said what I was gonna say, that was my question, because I didn't understand it as something that we could opt out of. I understood it as there was an interpretation, that was open to interpretation, and so depending what the legal counsel, whether we trusted the legal counsel of other municipalities or whether we wanted to seek our own, was kind of the deciding factor. One of the biggest deciding factors.
Well, I would think the fact that the province gave us the option to opt out of it would satisfy that completely. It's the province's responsibility. They're the ones that have written the legislation. They're the ones that have developed the regulations. And I have another question. Actually, we'd asked in the last meeting, we didn't have the information. How many incidents of dog reports, complaints have we had that have come into the municipal office? And you were going to get that for us.
oh, okay. From our office, yeah, I have to review that. I'm sorry, Jim, I don't have that number.
If there's a law.
I would say on average, maybe 2 to 3 a month.
Is it the same dogs all the time?
No, it's not. They're different complaints, and one resident in particular went out of his way to come into our office to express his complete and utter frustration, like with his situation, and he's tried multiple avenues to try and get this resolved, and he's asking the municipality for assistance. And this is kind of where things are at. People are frustrated.
I noticed in the new Dog Owners Act that it identifies those that are responsible for enforcing the act. And I see that the police officers are charged that responsibility. I was kind of hoping that Officer Robbins would be here at some point so we could ask him that. Because right now, everybody, like the framework is there to take care of these problems, but nobody wants to do it. And that's basically what it comes down to. You can't tell me that the Humane Society is so busy that they can't come out here once a month.
They are incredibly busy handling other calls which they are under contract for.
And it wouldn't just be once a month, it's whenever they get calls, right?
And they said they can't take any contract.
And just to speak to that too, I was made aware today that the Dog Act hasn't been enacted yet, so there's no jurisdiction for RCMP to provide any of that
No.
under that act. It's not until November 1st.
Actually, all the municipalities are checking with their legal teams just to see what legal liability there is for a municipality and whether they actually have an option or not. Some interpretations are that municipalities have to do it. Some interpretations say that it's an option, and that's the reason that the legal opinions are being sought. And for just to cover our base, we're doing the research and checking with the other models from other municipalities, and as Catherine had mentioned, if it's determined that we need our own legal opinion, then we'll be bringing that item back to council for authorization.
Now, maybe I missed it, but I thought at the last meeting that we were given the information that we had the option to, it wasn't up in the air that we were given the option.
That's one interpretation.
Well, I mean, isn't there, I thought that came from government. I mean, they're the people that are reviewing it. They're the people that are coming up with it. That's what we need to get hold of our MLA, who really is our, as far as I'm concerned, is really the person who should be taking care of a lot of these issues on our behalf, because we simply can't do it. And I'd like to know is,
I don't think there's anything.
do we have the option?
I don't think that there's anything written in the Dog Act about opting out. I don't think opt out is showing up in that.
I haven't heard of that.
I think that Bob was saying that there was an interpretation, that someone has made an interpretation that means that it can be opted out of. Not
I
that
think
it
the
says
problem
it.
is it's not clear, and government's not being clear. They're leaving it up to municipal interpretation, because they would love for municipalities to take this on, so they don't have to, right? Because then their fees are reduced, because they pay for RCMP the same way we would have to, right? So I think that's why they're being awfully vague about it, is because they would, I mean, it goes back to, you know, the MGA and the annexation and everything else. They want municipalities to take on these roles because it's great for them, because then they don't have to. So if they leave it up to interpretation, even if they have 5% that says, yeah, we're going to do that, we have to, then it's 5% that they don't have to pay for, right? So I think that's why we're trying to find out if we are legally liable to do it, and if we are, then we have to do it. If it's up for interpretation past that, then we have to make a decision as a council whether we go forward or not.
And Jim, what you're saying is legitimate. It wouldn't be an easy thing for us to command that, but we're gonna have to see what comes back with Ashley's research about how other people do it.
I think we
Some
need to.
feedback, but I see what you're saying. It's where would you even start? But if that's where the road we're gonna go down, we'll have to figure out where to start. I see what you're saying in the land mass that we have, and rural area.
I think we need to send a message to the MLAs then, to ask them to please clarify this for us, in no uncertain terms. Can we opt out of this?
Or is there any kind of like general duty that we have to act, or are we allowed to?
I see what you're saying, Jim, but this is not gonna be something that's gonna be done easily.
But I think that like maybe that isn't a bad item to add to
It's-
the
it's in
docket
there
of
already.
to ask the province to clarify.
That is part of it.
The MLA, the due diligence.
That's what all the research is, that there's a whole bunch of streams of this research.
Yeah.
And
Well,
everything that's been mentioned
What
here
might-
today was part of that research.
Well, then what might be helpful is if maybe there was a document that Jim can refer to that has it listed out, so he doesn't have to rely on what was spoken about a month or 2 months before.
You see, if we have, we're given the ability, the option to opt out of the thing, then the rest of it is moot. There's no point in even thinking about it.
Well, I guess one could argue that if, just because we don't have to, doesn't mean that the residents don't want us to. So if it was up to, you know, one resident that's at their wit's end, they might say, I'd be happy to pay 50% more property taxes in order to live my life peacefully on my property and have someone take away the dog. I don't know.
It's
But
a platform,
it
we've
would-
been requested by
yeah,
an
it would-
individual.
it would come down
help,
to,
so it's,
do we have to? And if we don't have to, should we?
Well, the province needs to step up and take it seriously.
By the way, the Association of Municipalities, I believe, has that item on the agenda looking for some clarification, and or there's an open mic on during that meeting, and we'll be able to bring it up at that time as well, just to get clarification. Because that may not officially be on the agenda, but in speaking to other CAOs, they have similar concerns, so it's something that will be brought up, even if it's just by me.
And to speak up at the IM, I have raised several times the offloading of provincial tasks or duties to municipalities. So this Saturday at our semi-annual AGM is one of the things that will be discussed with the membership. And then we'll be meeting as a board, to discuss next steps after that. So it's, both associations task list.
Yeah.
all right, moving on, number 10, proposed resolution from the Canadian Union of Postal Workers.
So, as part of your package, we were contacted by the,
Does Tricia have to step out for this?
oh yes, sorry.
I'm sorry, Tricia.
Appreciate
I know
it.
you're not feeling well. Sorry.
So what we did is we built what their question was right into the document itself on item number 10. It's proposed resolution from the Canadian Union of Postal Workers. And RMB received a request to have council support a resolution entitled Hands Off Our Post Office, Stop the Cuts. For council consideration, if they would like RMB to support the resolution as is, or not support the resolution, or support a revised variation of the resolution. Council members were provided this resolution ahead of time. I had emailed it to you at the time to provide you an opportunity to consider some revisions. However, the basis of the resolution is that the Post Office Union had heard that the Government of Canada, through the Canada Post Corporation, want to do some cuts in order to save some monies because the Canada Post Office Corporation is losing $10 million per day. So it was a long-term plan where they had suggested that it would be something that could take 10 years through attrition, and or there may be other methodologies used. The Canada Post Corporation was suggesting that they should be able to find other ways to be able to do this, and hence put out a request for all councils, not just ours, to support a resolution to have them stop the cuts. Regardless of whichever way our resolutions go, The plan is that the Government of Canada, with the Canada Post, will sit down also with the union and start negotiating how they find this money that's talked about. So in the meantime, Canadian Union of Postal Workers have asked us to support their resolutions that says hands off our post office, stop the cuts, and now it's on the table for council discussion and or suggestion on how you want to proceed.
I have a question.
Any comments, questions, concerns?
I'm not necessarily interested in like knowing like the name, but how did this come to us? Is it from a resident? Is it from a resident worker? Is it from somebody outside the municipality that's a part of the union?
It was mailed from the
So it's not necessarily from anybody in our
mailed
community?
from the union when the post office is still open.
Right. So we don't know that it is necessarily from somebody in our community, or we know for sure it's
We do
not?
not.
Yeah, we don't.
It just said it came from the union.
It didn't have anybody's name attached to it?
Is that right, actually?
I think there was a name, but it wasn't like a community member that,
Oh,
you know, at least that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
There may have been a name, but it was like
okay. It's on behalf of the union.
on behalf of the union,
It
not,
was on union documentation.
it was on union letterhead.
I think it's one of those things that it's kind of irrelevant whether we support it or we didn't support the union. It's a much bigger question than that, because times are changing, the whole way that the postal system is operating, the way parcel delivery, where we don't rely on mail anymore. Between the government and the union, and the postal service, they're gonna figure something out. I don't know what it's gonna be. It's unfortunate, but it's gonna be some changes, I think.
That is one of our options open to us. Do nothing and allow them to work it out amongst themselves.
Yeah, what does our support do? Like, yes, you have our support, but the decision is yours. Like, whatever you do, you have our support.
It just provides.
Yeah.
Applies pressure.
Yeah. Which is kind of what Jim's saying, like, regardless of what our support is, it doesn't change the end result. We don't have any jurisdiction, but,
Here's my comments. I mean, the people that I've discussed with, I mean, I know people, I know a lot of people that work for the service, and I respect their ability to strike, and I think it's important that, you know, there's a reason why unions came about, and there's a reason why people should be allowed to strike. I think the mail service is at a position where it's, in its current state, it's not sustainable. It's not dependable. The general consensus, I think, from people I talk to, even some of the ones that work for the service, are that they're, like Jen said, there needs to be changes. I think I wouldn't like to support this as it's specifically written. I think that there needs to be a solution, there needs to be cooperation from both sides of the table, which I'm not necessarily sure has occurred to this point. So I would like to see a solution from government, to find a way that they can phase out some of these services while still provide necessary services to the ones that truly do depend on it. Because I think specifically in our municipality, we saw that when we phased out the flyers, that, you know, there were some that were opposed to it. But, you know, we've adapted, we've found other ways. You know, change sucks, but eventually everything changes. So, yeah, it would be nice if government could still provide, you know,
I agree with Catherine, as written, I wouldn't pass this resolution.
Or are we hearing that we just wanna leave it alone for now?
I would be in favor of that.
I have to get, okay, thank you.
Do you have to vote on
Sure.
it?
Tricia has to come back because she's doing number 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tasha, is there more water?
There is, yeah. I'm just gonna,
Intermission to the.
yeah, I'm just going to check the mic volume. I had somebody suggest that this one's a little low with Jim's. Just gonna crank it up tiny bit.
I didn't find her.
Oh, you did?
Here, I'll call her.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope she's.
It's very dark out there, so I don't know if she's waiting in her car, but I
Well,
could
I
be.
thought you went in the queue.
Oh, did she?
Oh, maybe she did.
No, she would have heard us, sure.
She got dropped off. She doesn't have her phone.
Maybe she did go in the kitchen. Oh, she's in the kitchen.
I didn't see her go in here.
Uh,
It's that other thing.
I just saw the door.
You're right, Bob. But she had some music on, so she wouldn't overhear. She couldn't get the door closed.
Actually, could you note that for the minute, Charlie said you like Bob?
I did note that. I put a star by it.
Okay, all good.
Actually, at number 11
Ready for you. Who?
for Trisha.
What?
You're up next for scheduling
Oh, I
for.
thought that was H.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, but oh, sorry, that's me. It's me. All right. Administrative Professional Development Day, which is Friday, October the 24th. So Bob and I will be attending professional training for municipal administrators on Friday, October the 24th at the Rural Municipality of Murray Harbor. RMB's portion of this development day will be in the form of a presentation, and it will focus on RMB's social media presence. I will be discussing how we got started and where we are now, and the purpose of each of our 3 platforms and the benefits of Facebook, including our live streaming and staff reports. So again, that's on October 24th, and that's all for that.
We will bring out the, item, or make sure, we discuss the dog act item in that meeting.
Be carrying on that.
It's me again. So the Down East Comic Expo is being held here at the Wood Islands Market, which is going to be on the 25th. It's a Saturday. Admission's $4 and kids under 12 are free. All of the awesome vendors are back again selling comics, figurines, and original artwork. There's a costume contest starting at 2 o'clock, and I hope to see you all there. That's it for that one. Thank you.
Exactly. C, Prohibition Campaign Against Gender-Based Violence. Todd.
Thank you. Everybody's got, one of these little, book markers, with them. It has a purple ribbon on it. It's a purple ribbon campaign against gender-based violence. It says shame must change sides, no stigma on survivors. It's basically an awareness campaign. It was, the ribbons were provided to us by the Bell River Women's Institute. And they had noted that I had asked if there was a specific day that they were taking this awareness for, and they said, no, these ribbons are for every day. And reminded everyone that if you can spread the word, we have a number of ribbons that we have in the office. We've put a number of ribbons with that marker in the visitor center, and basically we're hoping to spread the word. Ashley, do you have anything
Yeah,
to say?
so I do. There are people in this community who do experience violence, and there are resources available to help. I have a list in the office of organizations that would be able to assist if someone needed help and they were ready to get that help. So, serious, and it happens, and it could be happening next door to you. So just, this is the month to be aware of that.
Thanks, Ashley. D, Maritime Awareness Campaign.
Okay, another awareness campaign. This one is actually done by Maritime Electric. Billy's probably got some experience with this because of all the trees he's had to cut down over the summer. But anyway, the Maritime Electric has done quite an extensive public awareness campaign because trees around the power poles are problematic, and they've also found that people are planting more trees around the power poles, not less. So they had started a campaign so that everybody's aware that this creates a huge problem, especially in any kind of storm if those particular trees happen to knock out your power. So they're trying to make everyone aware that they should take a look at the power poles in their area and make sure they're not obstructed. That's it.
Thanks, Bob. Letter E, Remembrance Day.
Well, this is actually me as well. So the Remembrance Day wreath laying is November the 11th. RMB participates annually at 2 wreath laying events put on by the Royal Canadian Legion within the RMB area. Typically, Mayor Garth Gillis will lay an RMB sponsored wreath at, and I forgot which one he normally does. I think it's the St. John's here. However, like last year, we need a volunteer to lay the second wreath, and I believe that's usually done at Iona. So if we could have a volunteer to represent RMB Council at that wreath laying.
Doesn't matter.
I'll be there. We'll probably both be there.
Yeah, do you
We
want to
can
do this year?
together.
You can do it this year.
Okay.
So it's at Iona, and it will be Catherine. Officially, we will probably be accompanied.
I'll play you.
And last year,
By you and your family.
yeah, last year I think Gills has asked for somebody to attend their ceremony, and I went to that, so I don't know if they're planning to do that again this
They
year.
are,
I have a call. Apparently, the Legion has a call. They said they were going to call me tomorrow or Friday. So that may be.
So it's 2 calls,
Is that?
the Legion and Gillis's Lodge? Or just
No,
one
I
call?
don't know what Gil's.
Okay, so last
I
year
just know
Gil-
that they
yeah.
said they, or I was supposed to be getting a call from the Legion, and I don't know what it's for. I'm imagining it's to add another wreath, but we can discuss that when they go.
Okay.
There is someone have to give us knowledge. I have a date written out and
Okay, if you could send that along, at the Gil's Lodge. Okay.
F, Holiday Tree Lighting Event.
I can speak to that.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, RMB's holiday tree lighting is being held on Saturday, December 6th at 6 p.m. RMB, as per tradition, will light up the courtyard and host a snowflake decorating contest in the RMB office at 5 p.m. I'm pleased to confirm that we were able to acquire Steve Zatt, the guitar coach from Montague, again this year. He was excellent last Christmas. So he'll be back. And I hear Santa might be back. And the Sweet Company is actually going to be opening up just for us for that occasion. Yeah, and possibly also the cafe with Chef Caesar and Heather.
And maybe have some, if it's warm enough or not too cold, that we can actually enjoy kind of
Wouldn't that be nice?
just standing out a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the courtyard will light up, and then we'll all come upstairs and
Depending on the weather,
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if we have those like little vendors open, I mean, it gives something people to do when they're walking about or coming up.
We're
Yes.
trying
That's
to
awesome.
convince the cafe to heat up their donut making machine.
Hot chocolate.
The donuts are amazing.
Yes.
They're very,
We-
very
we
good.
did some quality
I
control.
tried them just to check them out.
November 2nd, the Gillis Village Bakery is November 5th at 2 p.m.
November 5th.
Yeah. 2 p.m.
Thank you.
Like, we're gonna be planning to do all the decorations.
Correct. So there is like a tentative work party booked for Saturday, November 30th, and for Sunday, the 31st.
There's
December 1st.
Sorry, it's November 31st. So is that? Sorry, I didn't hear you, Trish.
I think she
It's
said
only
that's
30 days.
Okay, so
December 1st, yeah.
okay,
Sunday, Monday.
No.
The
That-
29th and 30th.
it's
It would
supposed to
be the-
Saturday and Sunday.
that would be the 29th and the 30th.
29th and 30th.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will be in touch with all of you in regards to that, and we'll schedule out what works best for everybody. As you know, I'll be here, and Bob will likely be here for both days. And then, like last year, a lot of you were amazing and just dropped in, which was very, very helpful. So we'll try and work along, you know, doing the same kind of thing this year as well.
Families are welcome.
It was very cold though for the
It was
littles.
cold last year.
For both years was very, very cold.
It was freezing.
We do have the hot chocolate going, but it's cold even for me. So I don't know. Anyway, we'll be in touch. Thank you.
And our first year in our new office. To
Yes.
decorate a different location.
That's right.
We have plans.
More space to decorate.
Yes.
We have plans inside now.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
G.
Sorry,
No,
to
go ahead.
interrupt, do we need to assign someone to that Gillis Village?
Not yet. We're gonna find out, Garth may want to do that himself, but I'll
And
find.
what day is that? I just don't have a calendar. November 5th?
That's a Wednesday.
So we'll check with Garth first and then I'll let you know.
The mayor is watching the live stream, so I will ask him about it. Hi, Garth.
Everybody wave.
I will be I'll ask him.
All right.
Yes, I'll touch base with Garth first and then I'll let you know. Chief? You go ahead.
G, reminder, there is no regular meeting of council scheduled for December 2025 as per MGA council calendar. The RMB office closes over the Christmas break from December 22nd through to January 7th. And we do have something else to add, Trish, or H?
I know, I can say this loud enough.
Okay.
This is a difficult decision for me, but due to personal schedule conflict, I will only be available
also don't feel pressure, like things are too much, like don't feel pressure to stay on.
I'm sorry if you're struggling to have schedule issues. Well, whatever is best for you, Trish.
Just like change at the moment.
We're okay either way, whatever we decide. Okay.
Mhm.
So, next meetings, regular council meeting for November is Wednesday, November 19th, 2025, at 7 p.m. here upstairs in the Adams Market. And the council lighting work party, Saturday, November 29th.
Yeah.
Tentative, and the 30th, tentative. And 13, end of the public portion of this council meeting.
Okay, I'm going to shut the live stream.
Yeah.